Hello again, we are here together and we will talk about spontaneity as a source of freedom of speech. What is that supposed to mean? Well, we will find out together. And of course, we will find it out more and explore it in the Zoom session. But first of all, let's see what spontaneity means. So, let's make an exercise of our mind and try to imagine you're waking up early, really early on a Saturday morning in autumn, and you notice that the sun is up, announcing a beautiful day ahead. You feed your dog and start thinking it would be a pity to waste such a lovely day just doing the work that you were planning to do. So you get out of the flat thinking just to go to the bakery shop to buy some bread. But on the way out you just realized it's a pity and I won't lose this day. So you turn back, take your keys from your car, take your dog and pack some things, and you just go to the mountainside and decide to have a road trip instead of working on a Saturday day. So we can say that is a spontaneous act. What does it mean and why is that a spontaneous act? Well, that precise action is the best response you could have to the new situation you were facing in that early Saturday morning. A beautiful day ahead. So you put into motion all your creative resources and you reduced your anguish of losing that beautiful day just working at home. So we can observe that spontaneity is linked to creativity and refers to a person's ability to act immediately on an external stimulus according to their own will, without allowing internal agents to block their manifestation. In order to be classified as spontaneous, an act must be generated very quickly from freedom of action, and it should be the decision the person doesn't spend too much time analyzing. Viola Spolin, I told you we will talk about her several times. I mentioned her before. Viola Spolin argues that spontaneity allows the individual to restructure his internal world, and it is the moment of personal freedom when we face a certain situation that we take time to explore and in accordance to which we act. Same author, Spolin, believes that spontaneity is similar to an internal explosion that frees the individual from old patterns and activates the resources needed to face any given situation. Spolin, as you could well read in Bogdana Darie's course, Theoretical Resource, points out that there are 7 aspects of spontaneity, and these aspects can influence its manifestation. And we will just pass through all these 7 aspects with practical examples that you can find yourself in, let's say, as non-actors. So, we have the games, we have approval and disapproval, we have collective expression, we have audience, we have continuation of the learning process in everyday life, and we have physicality. So you have these aspects described in Bogdana Darie's Theoretical Resource from the perspective of theater or acting. Now we're just going to talk about them from a non-actor perspective. And we will start with the games. Why is it important to use games? Well, because when you use games and when you try to implement practical activities in your teaching process, they can be very useful, because during a game Participants get involved and act intuitively, which is the greatest thing that you can achieve while working and trying to teach other people. You are making them understand theoretical concepts through these practical activities. They are acting organically and they understand the elements, the theoretical elements and the information that you want to transmit at a deeper and profound level. So try to make practical activities with your students and try to make them embrace this type of work that is based on practice and on play. Play keeps us sane, and so we need sanity and we need to keep ourselves healthy. Approval and disapproval. We are all accustomed to get the approval of somebody from the person that we perceive as the authority, but it is a wrong type of relationship that we learn since our childhood. So if when we were kids we were taught that we need to do things because our parents tell us to do things in a certain way, or our teachers tell us to do the things in a certain manner, please try and change this with your students. Don't expect them to do the things the way you want them to be done. Let them be free in their choices. Yes, they need to stick to a certain objective that you set, but let them think with their own heads and with their own spirit. Let them be free in their choice, not dependent on your approval or disapproval. Because this is the healthy way of managing relationships between people that are on an inferior, let's say, position to the authority. Third, we have the collective expression. And if in approval, disapproval, we talk about student-teacher relationship, in collective expression, it's about student-to-student relationship. Because it's very important as well for students to understand that they are equal and that they should treat themselves as equals and not trying to impose their own truth in front of any other colleague of theirs. So try to make them understand that they are important as a group and that they should stick with the group, even though that sometimes different opinions might emerge, because it's natural, we are all different, we think in a different manner, we act differently, but we're trying when we can to work in a group, and it's very important that we all stick together and reach to a common ground of understanding. Then we have the audience, and if for an actor the audience is a very stressful factor, the same could be applied in your working field. For example, if you are the professor and you have the students, don't look at them as they are your enemy or a jury that wants to spot your mistakes. Take them as your partner and just receive their challenges. If they challenge you at some point, just receive them as an invitation for collaboration. Because it's very important, as I said before, to treat our partners with equalness. Same, for example, could apply if we are talking about another working field where you have to meet I don't know how many clients per day. Don't think about them as people that want to spot the mistakes, but as people that want to get help from you. and they come to you and they want to be your partner. And in that way, the relationship between you will be better. Then we have the continuation of the learning process in everyday life. And it is a thing that it is useful not only for actors that should study the nature and the elements from the surrounding reality, but also for non-actors. Why? Because it is important to study the people that are around us. Our job and our life doesn't end when we just step out of our offices. It continues in our lives. So try to study people, try to understand them, and in this way also you develop your empathy, your capacity to understand people and to be a little bit less judgmental. So study the things that are surrounding you and try to understand them at a deeper and more profound level. It will help you not only in your professional life but also in your personal life. And last but not least, physicality. And actors, yes, use a lot of physicality, and physicality means that they can express with their bodies what they're thinking. And not only what they're thinking, but also what they feel. Because they cannot express truly something that they think if they don't cover it in emotion. So what you can use in your non-actor life is trying to be more aware of how you feel and how your body expresses a certain thought. Because perhaps you say I love you, but instead people understand something else. Because when you shout and when you say I love you, it's understandable that the other one will not get the affection that you want to send with it. So be aware of the fact that we don't have only the verbal communication, we have also the paraverbal and the non-verbal communication levels that are very important as well. So try to speak also with your body, not only with your words, because your body sometimes may say more, usually it does say more, than your words do. Use your body as a support. Try to understand your body, try to be present here and now. What does your body tell you now? Do you feel like a pressure somewhere in the body? Just think of it. It's the first step to be more aware of yourself and more present in your body and in your life. So, why did we talk about these aspects and why is spontaneity important for the discourse? Because spontaneity is the way, is that ability that helps us be free. Unleashing our spontaneity, allowing ourselves to be free in action and in thought, is helping us be more flexible and adaptable. It's helping us unleashing the creative force that we all have inside us, but we are not so familiar with how we can use it. And God, we can make our lives better and our discourses much more attractive and convincing if we use the creative potential we all have inside of us. So try to be free and try to don't let the people around you tell you how you should act or how you should think or how you should talk in a certain situation. Try to find your own way of expressing yourself. Try to discover yourself firstly, and then try to find out which is the way that better describes your actions. So see you at the Zoom session, and just let us know if you have any questions, doubts, curiosity. We are looking forward to them in the Zoom. Bye!